Destiny was on Fresh and Fit recently, and a clip of this has been going viral.
Men love women under far less conditions than women love men.
That sounds like the opposite of love to me.
Well,
if you love under far less conditions, that sounds like desperation.
If you take a majority of men...
Off rip, it's like, yo, Destiny, what are you talking about? Men loving women under far less conditions means men are easier to please. That means men are more simple when it comes to that. If you do these things, you make me feel... I got 2 things on my list. You able to do 2 things? Okay, I'll fuck with you. Boom. You know, I'm not asking for much. That means I'm not judging you for too much. That's what it comes down to. He says desperation. You see how, and this is something that women do. This is something that a lot of feminists do. They try to take something and use certain words to paint it in a negative light. Or men don't have a lot of requirements. Oh, they're desperate. Like, well, bro, what if I'm just easygoing, bro? You don't need to do much for me to you know what I'm saying? And the same thing with, like, let's say, like, beauty standards too. All a man need to do is really get a haircut, and we chilling, you know? Women feel like they need to put makeup on, they need to put all this foundation, mascara, fake lashes, fake hair, all that shit on their lips, or maybe even go get surgery and shit just to feel like, for them to feel like they're attractive. A guy just feels like he need to get a haircut, if that. And he'll still probably feel like he's a little ugly, but he'll be chilling. Again, I say that because of what they said, requirements. Guys have a lot less requirements than women do.
Versus a majority of women. A majority of men would like a majority of women. However, a majority of women definitely don't like a majority of men.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's facts. Because, like I just said, men are only looking for a couple things in women. If she look good, if she nice, if she good to me, can I take care of her? Boom.
Great. That's why I think women love more. Because when they pick somebody, they're selective about it. They put more time and energy into it. Whereas for a guy, the woman is a lot more replaceable. That's why even Sneako over here was like, oh, you know, you might step out and up.
See, I don't agree with that. Women put more time and energy into it. When a man loves a woman, he loves a woman very strongly. Even you could say how some people say the archaic male archetype is that they're providers and protectors. You know how hard it is to provide and protect, especially as this world continues to change? That takes a lot of hard work and dedication. You know how many men that I've talked to who've sacrificed and dedicated their life to protect and provide for their wife and kids? Are you telling me that's nothing? Are you telling me women love more than men do because women have more boxes to check? Listen, I remember when I was in New York, I was talking to this taxi driver, and he was really just like letting out his feelings and his emotions of what he was going through to me. It was when I was leaving Vice offices, or Vice Studios. And he was just saying how, you know, him and his family moved to New York from Bangladesh, thinking, you know, they'd have a better life, be able to make more money. He's the only one that works. His wife don't work. He has to take care of him, her, the kids, and the grandparents. And every time he comes home, all he's faced with is nagging and complaining and ridiculing and act like he don't do nothing. This man works 12 plus hours a day, every day, doing Uber. And he's saying his name was Muhammad. And he's saying to me, when does Muhammad have time for Muhammad? When can Muhammad be Muhammad? And it's like, think about that. Think how many other people go through the same similar situations. And it'd be so easy to just leave. It'd be so easy to turn your back and leave. But men have a sense of duty to their loved ones. They're willing to give their bodies away. Yeah, my body, my choice, right? They're willing to give their bodies to provide for their people. Okay? So that when I hear things like this, I don't like that, bruh. Because it makes it seem like niggas don't do shit. It makes it seem like niggas ain't shit. Like you said, oh, that sounds like desperation to me. Bro, let's continue. But listen, that's why you can't take people with blue hair seriously. I'm sorry.
True.
Hold on, let's rewind.
guy, the woman is a lot more replaceable. That's why even Sneako over here was like, oh, you know, you might step out and another or whatever. It's like, okay, well, how much do you actually love your woman willing to do something like that? Like,
that has nothing to do with how much you love the
it
person.
absolutely does.
Why?
Because it requires you to step out of your own selfish frame of reference to see how your partner feels about something.
That's facts. You know, if you're selfish, if you do certain things that you know your partner wouldn't like, that's being selfish.
You only prioritize the things that you want in life. That says something about how you view love of another person.
It's not really prioritizing, it's just doing what you want to do.
Yeah, that's called being selfish.
Yo, Sneako. Ah, man. Listen. You're dumb. What the fuck? You really, bro, you walked into that, bro. Why would you should just shut up. I think because Destiny talks so fast and, you know, kind of like how Ben Shapiro talks fast and dum. It's hard to really process everything and rebuttal good. You know what I'm saying? So I think people make the mistake of trying to keep up with that when really you shouldn't try to. Unless you can, don't do it because you're going to end up looking dumb. I think Sneako was trying to just, you know, look like he was keeping up with him, with the pace that Destiny was going. Fast as hell. And putting his foot in his mouth because now you look dumb. You just said the same thing. It's not prioritizing, just doing what I want to do. Oh, Lord.
You view love of another person.
It's not really prioritizing, it's just doing what you want to do.
Yeah, that's called being selfish. It's usually what you do when you don't love somebody.
Yikes, bruh. Sneako. I think there was something else he said that I wanted to touch on. Hold on.
They put more time and energy into it. Whereas for a guy, the woman is a lot more replaceable. That's why even Sneako over here was like, oh, you know, you might step out and another or whatever. It's like,
One thing though. Even though, yeah, if you're in a committed relationship and you're not like it's not really something that's already talked about and discussed, you shouldn't step out on your woman, bro. You shouldn't step out on your woman because that is, you know, you're choosing. You can still, a man could cheat and still love his girl. The feeling though, the feeling of love, but the choice of love is what they failed at. You didn't choose to love him because if you're cheating on your girl, you're choosing to like, you know, do something that you know that she wouldn't like. That would feel like that would break her trust. So unless you already got an open agreement, then, you know, you're not supposed to, just like you wouldn't want her to do something behind your back type shit. However, though, fucking another girl does not make a girl replaceable. Okay, that doesn't mean she's replaceable. I think men take breakups worse than women do, bro. Because, you know, sometimes it'd be hard to find another girl to do the same things that one girl was doing. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you find a really good one. So I don't know about that. There's women are super replaceable to men. Maybe for some men, maybe, you know, not everybody. It is what it is. But I guess you could probably say the same thing vice versa for women. You know, it's men aren't replaceable. It's hard to do that unless you're lucky.
okay, well, how much do you actually love your woman willing to do something like that? Like,
That has nothing to do with how much you love the
it
person.
absolutely does.
Why?
Because it requires you to step out of your own selfish frame of reference to see how your partner feels about something. You only prioritize the things that you want in life. That says something about how you view love of another person.
It's not really prioritizing, it's just doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sneako fucked up, boy. Yeah, see, and it's always an interesting thing seeing shit like this because I feel like sometimes when you get caught up in your own spaces, unless you're having a conversation or an argument or a debate with somebody that's on the opposite thinking side of you, it's like it becomes hard to admit if they're right on something or admit if you're wrong on something. Destiny is definitely wrong on that shit in the beginning. Tell me, oh, that's desperation. But he was correct on the, okay, if you prioritizing yourself type shit and your own needs that you know would not make your girl happy or your partner happy, that's being selfish. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, in general, you should prioritize yourself, i.e. as a man, your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Your purpose. Follow your purpose. Stick to your path. Get your money up. Get yourself right. Get your mind right. Right? Get your mind and your pockets right. And get your spirit right. You have to prioritize that. And then comes, you know, building relationships. And then comes, you know, all that shit. But damn, bro. What y'all think? Y'all think that was a dub for Destiny or a L for Destiny? You think it was a dub for Sneako or a L for Sneako? I think I'm finna react to more Fresh and Fit content because them niggas be funny, bro. Even though I don't like them all the way, them niggas be funny. I think Charleston White was on there. We finna hop on that real quick. Pause. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for watching this little quick little video. Let me know your thoughts below. Make sure you comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Thank you.